You may have heard me refer to a controversy around Lyme disease a few times at this point, but today I just want to pour it all out and clear it all up. I want to explain everything and tell you about this controversy around Lyme disease that exists today. So let's just define the problem. The main problem is people with chronic Lyme disease, which is defined by having symptoms that last beyond the course of antibiotics, are finding it really hard to find treatment. So that's the problem, and here's why. The CDC claims that Lyme disease should be cured by the end of a normal course of antibiotics, which is 2 to 4 weeks of taking antibiotics. That means that doctors that treat patients beyond that point can lose their medical license. So if you have Lyme disease, you take the antibiotics for 2 to 4 weeks and you come back and you're still feeling crappy, you still have the symptoms, you still feel like you're gonna faint, or you're getting herxes, or you're getting joint pain, or whatever your symptoms are for Lyme disease, the doctor can't treat you or they'll lose their medical license. So since the CDC is saying this is how you fix Lyme disease, the insurance companies are saying we're not covering anything beyond what the CDC says. So the insurance companies can cover you for your antibiotics, but beyond that point, they're not covering you. They're not going to cover any costs that you accumulate from your doctor, from all the different things that you say are for Lyme disease. Your insurance company will not cover you. So that's a problem. So there you have, the insurance company's not going to cover you, the doctor's not going to treat you because they'll lose their medical license, and the CDC, they're basically claiming that chronic Lyme disease just doesn't exist. You can't have symptoms beyond the use of antibiotics, which is just complete nonsense. Just by reading around, doing research, seeing what people are saying, there are a lot of people that have used antibiotics, they do the full course, and at the end of the full course, their symptoms have not gone away. They don't know what to do because the doctors won't treat them, the insurance companies won't cover them, and the government is saying their disease doesn't exist. So what the heck are you supposed to do at that point? And that is what sums up the controversy around Lyme disease. Now, there are doctors that are doing it right by treating Lyme disease the natural way from the start. They're treating it using diet, they're using herbs, healthy conscious living, they're focusing on healing your gut bacteria and healing the gut first so that you can absorb and utilize the nutrients that you take in. They're focusing on the stuff that really matters, the stuff that's been shown to heal Lyme disease at a 90% rate, 100% rate, instead of the things that are healing Lyme disease like antibiotics, which are 50%. Half the people that take antibiotics aren't seeing any results. They once did a study where they had 28 patients that had Lyme disease. They gave 14 of them antibiotics, 3 of them got better, 3 of them got worse, and the rest of them stayed completely the same. And that shows you the effectiveness of antibiotics. And it makes you think, why is the CDC telling people that this is the only way to heal Lyme disease? They took another 14 patients of the 28. They gave them an herbal remedy. It's called cat's claw. I talk a lot about it when I talk about herbs. They gave 14 people cat's claw, and 85% of them tested negative for Lyme disease at the end of the test. Wow, that's insane. How is that possible? What the CDC is saying works only worked at 3 out of the 14 people. And what the naturopaths, the people that are choosing to treat Lyme disease naturally using herbs and diet and healthy conscious living like myself, are saying that 85% out of 14 people are getting better. That's 11 or 12 people out of 14 people got better from the methods they use. So that's the controversy around Lyme, the fact that it's not being widely recognized that natural remedies are working better, the fact that the CDC is ignoring natural remedies altogether and saying, oh, just give them a course of antibiotics and that should solve the problem. Then people end up with leaky gut syndrome and their gut suffers greatly from the amount of antibiotics. Antibiotics can't tell the difference between good bacteria and bad bacteria. They end up killing all the healthy bacteria in your gut. Terrible for your gut lining. And if they don't tell people that, then these people don't take probiotics or something to balance out the negative effects of antibiotics. They all end up with worsening symptoms in the end. Now, I know there's some people that are convinced that the natural methods for healing Lyme disease is not the best way. But when the government's telling you your disease doesn't exist and the remedy that your doctor has given you doesn't work, and the insurance companies are deciding not to cover you beyond what the doctor has given you, sometimes you just don't even have a choice. You have to use natural remedies. And the people that are put in these positions end up healing over time by using natural methods, or finding a doctor that treats naturally, or finding a health coach that helps them treat naturally, or finding, a nutritional consultant, a master herbalist, a health coach, anyone that's going to treat everything naturally without the use of antibiotics or medicine. Those are the people that are getting real results in the field of Lyme disease. From my research, I haven't found many cases where they took the antibiotics and they felt better. I'm sure they exist, but they're just not talked about as much because they took the antibiotics, they got better. What is there to talk about? The people that are suffering long term, they get chronic Lyme disease, or the people that are, dealing with the fact that the antibiotics didn't work, have nothing to do but to turn to a natural remedy course, and it works almost every single time. These people prove that the natural methods should be the first thing that you do. It should be what we start with. It should be how to heal from the very beginning. So that's my take on it, and this is the controversy around Lyme. So it turns out that the people that choose to use natural methods right from the beginning tend to be super successful at battling their Lyme disease, just like me. See, I've got Lyme disease and my heart rate was down to 30. I have a baby boy on the way. I have a daughter, I have a business to run, I have a wife to take care of, I have a dog, I have a lot of responsibilities, a house, I got, a lot of bills. My first thing that I thought of was, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to heal myself. I don't have time to go through all this, right? And I chose to go the natural method. I chose to skip the antibiotics and go right for the food that heals, the herbs that heal, and the healthy conscious living. And honestly, I never could have made a better choice. That's the best choice I've made to date in my life. So that's just a little something. And I wrote a book about it. I'll tell you about that in a second. Thanks for watching today, guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's Ryan Kearns. Thanks for watching that video, and I hope you pulled something from it and got value from it. I just wanted to let you know that I recently wrote an ebook that details my story of my battle with Lyme disease and how I healed myself with diet, herbs, and healthy conscious living. It's called Lyme Wars: How I Counterattacked Lyme with Nutrition, Herbs, and Healthy Conscious Living. If you're interested, it's actually completely free for the time being, and you can click on the link below or go to lifenutrition.com to get your free copy. If you like what you saw in this video, push subscribe below, and thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.